our team, our community. This is CondorsTown, and this is another Energy Condors connection. Now, here's Erik Fox and Ryan Holt.
Normally, he's not on a coat hook, but today he is. What's up? My name is Erik Fox from Energy 95.3. Other side of the screen is my brother from another mother. That is Ryan Holt for the biggest of Condors. And this is your weekly Condors connection, brought to you by Energy 95.3. How you doing, my friend?
I'm good. Hanging out in the locker room. We're here at the Saddle Dome, getting ready for the first of two against Calgary. So looking forward to it, and hopefully another Condors win tonight. Did
you just do another pun because you're hanging out with hooks behind your head right now? Is that what that was?
I'm in a locker room. It's all by myself. I should be saying all by myself.
Wow. Don't want to be, but you
Don't want to be, but I am.
Are we going to get a little tour, or are we just going to see you on hooks, or what's going on here?
There's nothing really in this one. It's just one of the many vacant locker rooms around here. The team locker room's actually across the hall. But
they call it the Saddle Dome, but really the roof more looks like a Pringle to me. It always has.
It's ancient. The oldest. It's the oldest building basically in the league. I mean, Madison Square Gardens had renovations.
Right.
So this technically would be the oldest continuous, and yeah, it shows its age up here.
Fair enough. Let's jump into it as we always do. We always talk about the parent organization first, which is the Edmonton Oilers, and we're heading into the. Let me change my screen a little bit there because I'm seeing people looking at my chin more than my face, so we'll do that there. Anyways, let's talk about the Edmonton Oilers, and we're heading to the tail end of the season. Hard to believe, mid-March has been here already. Where October we were talking about, it was a little scary, but now teams are going where they should be. That's what you told me, and it's true. Where some teams that some people were excited about have been mathematically excluded from the playoffs, but the Edmonton Oilers is not that case. 7-1-2 in the last 10, second in the Pacific. Let's talk about the playoff race, as it feels like we're there already.
Yeah, they're in second in the division, so that's home ice in round one, which is, what you want. And then, I think they have a legitimate shot at catching Vancouver. They may run out of time here for the division, but, Vancouver's kind of scuffling here, in the second half of the year. So we'll see what happens here down the stretch. But if you're Edmonton, that was a heck of a hockey game. I didn't get to watch because we were too busy beating Ontario Saturday night. But, Colorado and Edmonton, I mean, two of the premier teams in the league, and two teams that, match up well against each other. And that was a heck of a hockey game Saturday night. And, I would expect them two to meet at some point here down the stretch, into the postseason. And, you look at it, they still got two more matchups to finish out the year too. So I think everybody kind of has their eyes on Edmonton, Colorado. We'll see if it actually comes to fruition in a couple of weeks.
Let's talk about it, because right now they're going to be, as things stand right now, they would take on the Kings. Is that really the matchup they want, or do they want another matchup possibly?
Yeah, I don't think, beggars can't be choosers, right? Like, you just want home ice, I think, is first and foremost. You look at Vegas now, and Vegas is trying to, find their way in. You'd rather not be in that scenario. The Oilers aren't battling to get in right now. They're battling to, stay in a top two spot and keep home ice, which is great. So, the Kings, obviously, it's been two really good series the last 2 years that the Oilers have come out on top on. And if it happens again, that's what I think the NHL has wanted with this new, kind of divisional format is,
right.
They want teams to have to play out of their division. They want Boston and Toronto to play each other. They want the Islanders and the Rangers, or the Capitals and the Penguins. They want these playing against each other. Florida, Tampa. They want these these division rivals to have to play each other to get their own division. It's the same way in the American League. Like, you don't have to worry about the other division first and foremost. It's where you worry about trying to take on Colorado, etc.
Would there be a different matchup that you would like to see, possibly? That would be like a little more intriguing? But that's a pretty good matchup right there.
Yeah, I think the intensity is there with the Kings. The intensity would be there with Vegas too. And, if the Oilers go on to, win the division, you could get Minnesota or St. Louis, then you kind of, cross over. So, I I think the Oilers are the favorite in any of those series, and we'll just see what ends up falling their way here in a couple of weeks.
Fair enough. Let's go and jump over to the talk that we're here for the Energy Condors Connection. Once again, first of all, I do want to thank Richie Rich for saying hello. He's putting some hands up praise as Mr. Man behind the wiki wackies over there in the corner of the ice. Richie Rich, appreciate you checking in. Let's go and talk about the Condors. Sorry, we just talked about the Oilers. Let's first talk about the zigzag we've done across the border, where Henderson was a zigzag.
Yeah, last week we were in Abbotsford for 2 games, came home, played 1, and then jumped back across the border. So we spent a lot of time here, crossing customs and getting back into Canada. Here in Calgary this week, and we got another long road trip next week. We go Ontario and San Diego and Henderson and back to Ontario. So this team spent a lot of time on the road.
Let's start by talking about the Abbotsford series, because we did have a split series there, but it was good games for both of them.
For sure, yeah. And I thought we played well on Tuesday night. Jack Campbell was outstanding. He stopped 32 of 33, and at the end of the day, it's another winning week. It's wins in 2 out of the 3 games. I thought Wednesday we had a chance to win. We were down by a goal, going into the third period. They took advantage of a turnover after a breakaway, and that's how that one fell on Wednesday night. So those games are going to happen. Big to get a split in Abbotsford, though. It's a team that's trying to chase the Condors here for home ice. So for Bakersfield to get a split up there is big, and it's pretty much the same situation here in Calgary. You're looking for a split. If you get 4, all the better. But you get 2 points out of this week here in Calgary, and you feel accomplished.
Let's go and talk about the Ontario game, where we literally just blanked them all out, 4-0. What were you saying out there?
Yeah, 3rd shutout of the year for Jack Campbell. He's been one of, if not the best netminder since November 21st in the American Hockey League. He's got 16 wins in his last 23 starts. He's got a .930 save percentage over that stretch. He's been as advertised. He'll get the start again tonight. I thought, on Saturday, and the trend you've seen in the last couple of games is, the Condors have been able to stay out of the box. When the penalty kill's been called upon, it's been good, but the team stay out of the box, which is definitely key, because we're a good 5-on-5 team. We can play with anybody in this league. So
right.
I think it's a nice win over an Ontario team that was gassed. They played 5 out of their last 7 nights and had travel, but we don't make excuses for anybody. And the fact of the matter is, Ontario came in with points in 10 of 11 games. They were red hot coming in Saturday night. So we'll see them next week twice. I would expect a different Ontario team. But nice to get the win at home on Star Wars night, big crowd, and a lot of energy too.
And of course, you love Star Wars, so you dressed up all around.
I've seen all of the Star Wars, all of them.
Yeah, the Star Wars. Yes, you saw them.
The Star Wars. Yeah.
Let's go and talk about the game tonight and tomorrow. You guys are back in Calgary, which has always been a slobber knocker. I'll take it from Jim Ross over the WWE. It's a slobber knocker team that you guys have faced when they were in Stockton, but that animosity has not laid up since they moved over to Calgary now.
No, this is as good of a rivalry as we have, and fortunately we've won 2 out of the 4 games so far this year against them, so that's a positive. This isn't your same Calgary Stockton team that has that won the division last year, that has won the division the last 2 years, went to the Western Conference Finals 2 years ago. This isn't the same team, but that said, they are good. Their goaltender's up in the NHL right now with Dustin Wolf.
Right.
But Oscar Dance has been good as a backup, and he'll probably start tonight for them. And then, they have enough offensive weapons, to hurt you. But, I like the Condors in the series. This has been a good matchup, lately for Bakersfield. I mean, we hung 9 goals on them, I think, a couple of weeks ago or back in December. So, we have an opportunity tonight to, to really, put our foot down here against this team. So, hopefully this Condor side can get through the travel legs pretty quickly and get back to work tonight, because this team's playing confident right now, and we're in a really good spot to control kind of how we want this playoff race to heat up and shape up.
Let's go and talk about travel because you guys have had quite the travel thing because you had 2 games in Abbotsford. You came home for a game. You came up to Calgary. You have 1 travel day. And then Friday night, we're back at home against the top dog in the Pacific with Coachella Valley. What's that look?
Yeah, it's not easy, you know. Yesterday we left at 8 in the morning, got in here, with an hour time change. We probably got to dinner at probably 6:30, 7 o'clock. So, it's not easy. It's not easy on the guys. It's not easy on anybody. But everybody has it, and that's life in the American League. And we'll have an early flight on Thursday. At least get home earlier on Thursday, but you turn right back around and play Friday night against Coachella. So, everybody has it this time of the year. We're no different. You have to make sure you get your rest. You have to make sure you're doing the right things off the ice so that on the ice you can perform, as best as your capabilities.
We've leaped over both Abbotsford and Calgary. How important it is to take on one of the top teams, especially in the Pacific with Coachella. How important is that game?
Yeah, it's big because Coachella is beating everybody, right? Like they just beat Ontario the other night. They're at the top of the division. They're going to win the division in the regular season for a reason. Do I think they're beatable in the playoffs? Yes, I do. I didn't think that last year between, Coachella and Calgary. The only teams that were going to knock them out were Coachella and Calgary, and that proved to be the case. This year, I think, the Condors, Colorado, and maybe Tucson can probably lay claim to, probably giving Coachella a pretty good series. So we'll see how that shakes out. But if you beat Coachella, you've gained not only points on them, you've gained, a 4-point game, but you've gained basically on everybody else in the division because Coachella is beating everybody else. So any points against Coachella are good because nobody else is getting any points against them here lately.
That makes sense. So we go from the Golden Empire on Friday to the Inland Empire on Sunday as you guys head to Ontario for a matinee game against the Reign, which is a team we just kind of said, hey, you know what? We owned you last time, so we're going to reign over you this time. What's the prep for that?
Yeah, it'll be a different Ontario team. They'll be more rested and, they'll be back at home and want to make a statement, certainly. And, these are, the 2 games against Calgary and the game against Ontario. These are the, 2 teams that are sandwiched around the Condors right now. If Bakersfield wins tonight, we jump in the 4th over Ontario. If we lose, Calgary jumps in the 4th. So it changes daily. What I like about Colin Schock's message to the team is we have to just take care of our own business. We control where we're going to finish. So you just have to go out and take care of your own business. Whether everything else falls, it may, and we'll see where it ends up at the end of April.
We got 8 points in the line between now and the next time we talk here, Ryan. So 3 on the road, 1 at home. People want to check out the road games tonight and tomorrow in.
Yeah, AHL TV is your place to go, and AHLTV.com. I think it's $1 a game.
We lost Ryan for a moment here, so we're going to talk about that. There we go. Ryan's back with us, so we'll jump back into it. Add him back to the stage. There we go. Internet's always fun, no matter where we are. So we talked about the away games.
I'm blaming the 35-year-old building here.
I'm blaming the Pringle roof that you're under right now. So we'll go with that. I'm
I'm
not going to call it the Settle Dome. I call it the Pringle Dome. Is that so wrong?
It's terrible. It's going to snow tonight too. It's going to be awful.
Awesome. Well, not awesome. So AHL TV is the way to check out the game tonight and tomorrow in Calgary, and Sunday's game against Ontario. That's a 3 p.m. game. Are you used to, minus like the field trip games, are you used to games that early?
I love afternoon road games. Nothing better. Get home as early as possible.
And then Friday night, let's talk about it because Coachella, that is a game in which people need to be out there and rooting on the Baco Birds because this is the top team in the Pacific. What do people need to do?
$2 beer Friday, so $2 Bud Light, $2 McUltras. Tickets start at $15, and I think you can still donate blood at Hout Community Blood Bank and get a get a voucher for the game as well too. It's Ocean night, so looking forward to another big crowd. Crowd's been great, the energy's been great, and hopefully another big win at home.
Let's make it huge. We're going to take the W's, and next week we're going to talk about 8 more points on the board for us because we got those games in hand, but those games in hand are going to catch up to us. So we got a lot of games to do right now.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
All right. Ryan Holt from the Bakersfield Condors, your voice of the Bakersfield Condors. My name is Erik Fox from Energy 95.3. Every single week, we catch you up on all things CondorsTown because that's what we do with your Bakersfield Energy Condors connection because you know what? That's what we do. Come a yo. Anyways, I'm going to go shut things off right now. Have a great day, bud. Appreciate you.
Thank you, too.
Peace.